Hey everybody, it's the 1909 podcast, and my name is Gore. Hey everybody, it's the 1909 podcast, and my name is Gory. And the fit today is, you can see it, is the Grill Father. Let me bring it up. I'm the Grill Father, not the Godfather. I'm the Grill Father, and you got
I
my
bet,
host.
I bet you don't know how to grill better suya. You just grill white people chicken.
Well, you see my videos. I grill a lot. So
Yeah,
suya
but
is
not.
skirt
I can't
steak.
trust you. I can't trust you to grill suya and grill all these Oyinbo people grilling. Yes, I trust you.
Suya,
White people
suya
know
is
about
skirt
this thing.
steak, and then suya is very easy to do. What you talking about? Very easy. That's basic.
Me, I don't need no introduction, and y'all don't worry about my fit. I'm Mr. 1909, the 1909 gang. We're back on the block, and we don't need to talk too much with the introduce. I'm like, man, I'm even tired of introducing ourselves, man. We just plug and play. Now I
Okay.
mean,
My producer is in the background. She is wearing her Elsa costume, and then on the iPad, and
yeah,
then
yeah. She must have
she
had
can't hear your stuff.
a good time with the family
Oh
over the
yeah,
weekend,
she
meeting
did. Yeah.
cousins and all that.
uh Yeah, so it was a good time, and what talking about it just now. So my father-in-law's birthday was actually his birthday is today, but my father-in-law we had dinner for him on Friday in Orlando, and then my niece, that's my wife's sister's daughter, my niece, it was her birthday, so she had a pool party on Saturday. So it was
Okay.
just crazy. So we went for dinner on Friday. We left Tampa, went for dinner on Friday, stayed over at their place. Then my older brother lives very close to my father-in-law. So we went to go see my older brother. He lives like 5 minutes away. So I went to see my older brother. And then from there, we went to go see my parents. And my parents live about 30 minutes away from my brother and my father-in-law. And at my parents' house, my brother from Georgia came to visit. And then I have another brother in Nigeria that's kind of living with them right now. So he was there. So yesterday was actually a pretty good day. And then my brother from Nigeria, he also now FaceTimed us. So yesterday I saw all five of us were
The
at some
whole
point
family.
together. It was a full
Yeah, man.
family thing, and that was pretty cool. Even my
There's
dad,
nothing. There's nothing more precious than family in my books, bro.
yeah,
You know,
yeah,
and for me, it's not just the wife and the child part of the family. It's the brother, sister, the in-law, the kids getting to see their cousins part that actually makes family for me.
yeah. The kids got to see half of their cousins because they saw their cousins on their mother's side, and then they saw their cousins on their dad father's side. There were like a couple of the cousins on their father's side too. So that was nice. That was very very
Yeah,
nice.
yeah, that's everything. I'll be seeing my sisters too in Toronto in a couple of weeks. They'll be coming out here to visit, so
Oh,
I'm
that's
flying
nice.
up to Toronto to go see them.
That's
Um,
fantastic. That was great. And then we were talking about my father-in-law, how he was sick. One time we were going over there to go see them. I actually go was to go spend the night over in their house, and then he had this something going on with his heart. Then my brother's a doctor, so I ended up having to call my brother. My brother was at work, but my brother told him he come to my hospital. They have different like sections of the hospital. Say come to my hospital and ask for this doctor, and then so long story short, he ended up needing some kind of procedure. I cannot remember what it was. He had
well,
some kind of he had the
well, the
blockage.
good thing your brother was just 5 minutes away,
Yeah, well, he
and
was at work, but they were able to because you know how it is. We're driving. My father-in-law said that there's something wrong with his shoulder. He's going to urgent care. Then next thing you know, I'm calling my brother saying, "Hey, I was about to stay at my father-in-law's house, but he's having this issue and he's going to urgent care." And my brother said, "Okay, let me call him and see what it was the wildest thing." My brother said, "Well, okay, hang up. Let me call him and hear what's going on with him." And then when he spoke to him, come to find out, he had some kind of heart blockage and he had to have a procedure, and it was all crazy. So that was it was a cool thing. This was exactly a year ago. It was this time last year, just before his
well,
birthday.
but what I'm saying is basically like they live 5 minutes away from one another.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah. And I'm like, what we're missing right now in this modern day is that because if it was in the olden days, because they live 5 minutes away from one another, your brother-in-law and your father-in-law will probably, your brother and your father-in-law will probably have a tighter relationship than
They,
you do with your father-in-law. But I guess
true.
because people are busy and right now, the way we define age, quote and unquote, is different now. Because in them days, we wouldn't even know that father or uncle is almost 60, the way they move.
Yeah, true.
But now it seems as if we're aging faster.
No, no. Like, I take it. Then I guess we're not saying the same thing. Now you will see that the older people, I guess because they didn't know really how old they were, but now people that are older, they're in their 60s and 70s. I live in Florida. I see a lot of old people. The things that they do. When I used to train for swimming, when I went started training for my triathlon, a couple of the guys I used to train with at the time, older guys trained, they were pros. They were in their late 70s. One guy was 81,
Well, those are
and they're still
exceptions,
swimming.
bro.
And you don't know them. You don't know that the old people around.
Those are exceptions, bro.
No,
Exception,
there are a lot of them that are the norm in Florida.
exception is not the rule.
I'm telling you that there are a lot now. Yes, there are a lot of people that are sick, but especially St. Pete. Google it. I think they used to call St. Pete God's waiting room. People come here to come and die.
Well, maybe okay. I say I would concede to anything Florida because the weather permits a
Hmm.
whole lot of stuff and the way it is, right? But I'm just saying, generally in the world now, by the age 65, people have mentally resigned.
In Nigeria, here, nah, not from my experience. Now you can say
Physically,
exception
I
is
would
the
say,
norm. It's not the rule,
social
but not
media
from my
wise, some
experience.
people are physically, I just feel people are mentally resigned these days.
I don't think so. We can agree to disagree.
Well, I might be wrong though. It's just my personal. That's why going to a guy like I say our guy. I don't know if you want to claim me as your guy, but it's still my guy.
Who?
And Sean Puffy Combs. People are
Uh
so
huh.
surprised that at 54 that Puffy is still partying hard and doing all that. All the record label executives we started with, majority of them has resigned. Damon Dash already lost his front tooth. A whole lot of stuff like because I just feel like the people that choose to stay young mentally are
Yeah.
less than the people that just grow up and tap out.
Well, is I think what it is you got to try to slow down. And Puffy, that's a tough one for me. Is it? I've always known, but I refuse to believe. But then now it's just at some point you have to just deal with what's in front of you and say, okay, yes, I agree.
I remember last year when I told you he was involved with the Crips and the Tupac shooting, and you were like, "Oh, Puffy is an executive guy. He's smooth." He's
It's
like,
smooth, no, but
Puffy has always been a killer since day one, bro.
yeah. Apparently, his father was a Harlem
And
gangster.
and apparently, I blame him as well because where he grew up with as a New Yorker, you have to be able to take all. You got to be able to stand up to guys to actually make it in New York.
Yeah, but I
Otherwise,
think he didn't grow up in. He grew up like almost middle class. He grew up outside of New York. His father passed away when he was young, was killed or something. But anyway, he wasn't really
no, his
struggling
father
that
was
much. He went to college.
Was a New York gangster
Gangster.
guy,
Yeah, but
and
it
his
was
mom
heading
lived in
he
New
was
York.
heading away from that.
No, the only time he took, I think he was away was when he went to Howard. It
Yeah,
was in university days that he went away from. He grew up with all that shit, and Howard is just a drive away from New York. Now, when he started his internship and all that stuff, as still a young guy, all that stuff was in New York. He became a professional in New York. He learned everything as a business guy in New York. New
yeah,
York is not child's play. It's the concrete jungle, bro.
I agree. New York is not child's play, and I agree he's a hustler. I totally agree. I don't.
Because a guy like
He
that, they will slap his face up and down because he's a good-looking guy. No, you can't afford to be that guy that they'll slap up and down like that. So Puffy also got crazy and it got into his head.
Yeah, that it's just he was really, really wilding. I went into a little bit of a rabbit hole for some of the things that he was accused of, that have been alleged, and it's just crazy. He has a 50. I did not know this. He had a 50-foot bed in the back of the house.
Oh, you
50-foot
didn't know
bed.
that?
I did not know that.
Shit, he
And
does. He does,
and then
because
the basketball court. There was a video again. I went to a rabbit hole. I'm so sad. The rabbit hole. The basketball court where there are beds in the. They have an indoor basketball court and there are beds in the indoor basketball court. What the heck? He
okay.
was just a freaky dude, and
Yeah, okay. So
what got
that
him?
50 foot bedroom bed that he's got in the yard, right?
Hmm.
Basically, there's really nothing crazily freaky about that.
Okay, well,
Because when and it's a family house. Because when his son King Combs went number one, King Combs woke up in that bed and found out it was number one, and he was jumping and called his dad, and the dad came from the house, and they jump. I like the idea. I will do that. I will do that. I'll put that in my yard because I would like to sleep in my yard, smoke, do whatever I want to do in my yard. Not because I want to get crazy freaky, but having that indoor part of it with the basketball and all the beds and a whole lot of crazy shit that I've actually heard, and that's crazy. But one thing I will say is that it's not a crime to be freaky though.
that's not the crime. The crime is not being the freaky. The crime is the kidnapping, and kidnapping. One of them is the video from Cassie
Well,
where
that
she can claim
video,
that
okay, so
kidnapping.
that video, honestly speaking, is also garbage for me.
Okay, do we really need to go there now?
Yeah, the only reason why the video was bad was because he was beating on her.
Yes, and he shouldn't
Okay,
touch a woman.
that is not a kidnapping video. That was a video of a man of domestic violence between a couple,
That's
right?
assault. Yes, and
Yeah, so it's not
that's just
kidnapping.
you can't
Did
that
you hear
video doesn't have
did
any
you hear the
nuance.
part of the story that Cassie actually robbed him, left with his money, and ran out when he was in the shower?
That was she claimed. That what he claimed. That what his lawyer claimed.
So what did she claim?
No,
Or did she
she
claim
claimed
anything?
she claimed that they were about to go for another round of sex. There was another sex worker in there, and she ran away. That
So
what she claimed.
apparently, that's what the
There,
Fed claimed that she
yeah,
claimed
and
because
then
it's not an NDA. She only claimed 30 million.
okay, look, if the feds don't put things that are not that they cannot prove in any kind of case. So if the lawyer said that there was a sex
So
worker in there, there was a sex worker in there.
no, that cannot
So
be proven by nobody. That
yes, the
cannot be
fed
proven by nobody.
they okay, well, yes, it can. If it's going to go
No,
to
how?
court,
Where's the
because
footage?
they will all they need to do is find the sex worker and he'll say he was in
Okay,
there.
so brother, I agree with you, but listen, legally speaking, as of right now that we're talking,
Yes.
there's no footage of a sex worker from that particular hotel,
Yes, there
right?
is none.
From either side, whether from the defense or from the
The
prosecution.
prosecution
So
countered
that,
and said, "No, no,
as
wait,
we
listen
speak
to
right
me.
now,
Listen
that
to me.
cannot be proven legally.
Okay,
So
the
that goes
prosecutor
into
would
the
not make that statement if they cannot prove it. True or
no.
false?
So listen to why. Um, I'm not even disputing it, but I'm just saying as of right now, we should only speak about things that can be proven.
And
Then
that can be
also
proved
don't
if they
forget.
put it in the document legally. We have to understand. It's more than just looking black or white. We also have
So
to
yeah,
consider
exactly. So that's one thing I want you to also understand. One, especially like yesterday when we were discussing, and you'd be like, "Oh, Kole, did you know all these things based on experience or whatever?" So, bro, let me tell you something. What the prosecution, what the feds, what they do is when they've caught you, even if they caught you for one, they will now pack a whole lot of shit and throw it to the wall, hoping that it sticks. And interrogation is also a part of coercion for them to write a whole lot of stuff against you. That's why a lot of these rappers go shoot somebody, go do some crazy thing, and they get away with it because the prosecution comes and slap whatever it is, and sometimes they make mistake of focusing on the main thing that they should focus on.
no. Look, I know things happen. Now here we go again. Now the Southern
That's why
District of New York,
don't ever trust the feds and whatever they say.
the Southern District of New York has a 97% conviction rate. That's number one. And number two, it just stands to reason, and it is logical, that if a lawyer counters and says there was a witness in there, that means they have spoken to that witness. You are a lawyer, and even me as a layman, a lawyer won't say no. A lawyer will not say there was a
Okay,
witness
yes.
there if they
See, as a
hasn't spoken
lawyer,
to the witness.
now I'm speaking as a proper defense lawyer. Now, if they come and tell me that there was a witness in there and the witness is a sex worker, first
Yes.
and foremost, I need to find out if there was actually somebody in there, and that person might not even be a sex worker. Then again, we need to find out that how many hours have Cassie spent in that room with
Well,
those parties before she decided to steal Puffy's money and run out. So when she arrived with Puffy, she did not know that there was a sex worker in there,
does she?
and she
Well,
couldn't run out.
that's not part of the. Well, we're only okay now. You're adding Jara.
No,
What
I'm
we
just
know is
telling
this.
you where
Yeah,
this
adding
case became
Jara,
very interesting
and I
and
cannot believe
intriguing.
I cannot believe we're actually debating the nuances. The dude beat her up. We all saw the video. Whether or not
Yes,
she was, even if she was stealing 10 cents or a penny, she did
yes,
not deserve that brushing.
yes.
And
I
that's
know,
that. And that's
and
us
I
all.
agree.
And
But
that's
when
where we
you say
should
it's
end.
kidnapping, that's when I don't agree.
That is
Assault is a type of
kidnapping too.
kidnapping.
It's kidnapping too because he dragged her back in. That's kidnapping. Whether or not she stole his money, she dragged him in.
Oh, she got some shit on whether she had his money in her
Okay,
pants or
define
whatever. She
kidnap.
won't take his money back.
Even okay, but if he dragged her back, and then it was that's still kidnapping, and then there are others, and then the
That's not
arson.
kidnapping though. That's not
Mhm.
kidnapping.
Oh,
Taking
so
somebody back
it was
into
so it's
no.
racketeering, sexual
Okay, so
assault,
you know I
and
love the
battery,
racketeering part of it as well.
kidnapping.
You know when it comes to racketeering part of it as well. Now he's the only person that has been arrested regarding this case, right?
Yeah, for now, yeah,
Yeah. I think they arrested the other guy that said it was his drug mule, but I think
yeah.
they
They
let him go.
arrested his drug mule. I don't know if they let him go.
I'm not sure if that guy is still in custody as they claimed, right?
Hmm.
Now, you know what the feds are actually doing right now? They're not
I don't
actually
know.
trying, they're calling it a RICO, but they're trying to make it a RICO. They're looking for every other person
Uh huh.
to turn on him, get a plea
Okay,
deal, and he's only going to be the one to go in there for the fall
that
because they
seems to be.
need to nail him.
Hey, you go with the biggest fish.
And you know the
It's his
funniest part of it?
criminal
The
record.
sex part of it is not even the. It, yes, that's even hard to prove. They already have this guy on a fucking charge that can send him to jail already because they found two assault rifles in his house with the serial numbers scratched off.
Yeah, with that sort of yes.
So that's jail time already.
Hmm.
But now they want to sensationalize it with this sex thing.
Well, okay, you know what? He's a big fish. When you catch a big fish,
You have to fry
you
it and
celebrate.
you can
Exactly.
and
You have
put
to fry
fries
the
on.
exactly. It's not like it's some kind of small tiny fish. It's a big fish. So you gotta do it all. I'm just I'm working on
I'm sad.
separating the character from the music. Right. I enjoyed his music. Now some people he can't rap. It's just maybe my problem though for me. This is what my problem is. My problem is I think the character he played as Puffy played into the music for me because he really can't rap. He's not a good rapper. It's kind of like the band. The band doesn't know how to rap. The band doesn't really know how to sing, but
But you know what he
the
needs?
band has this kind of swag.
He said he really can't rap, but you tell me what he really can do.
He has a kind of swag that entertains you, that makes you want to watch and listen.
Nah,
That's for me. Okay, for you, what it is.
Puffy, Puffy
Mm-hmm.
has the best ears,
What true? I give you that.
the best ears in the music industry. That's
Yeah.
one.
Yes,
Then
he
apart
does
from
know how
having the
to.
best ears, he has the best eyes. Like he senses when it comes to production and understanding what how to make a hit record and how to give an amazing performance and how to be 100% dialed in into your art without losing no focus from haters or what they say or whatever, Puffy, I remove my cap, I dock my cap for that guy when it comes to that.
Well, I defer to your expertise as an entertainer. I
I
agree.
have never liked him because when all that shit started, I was a Tupac death row guy. But you know
I
one thing
am.
I found out over time, these guys from the East Coast, especially Puffy, they've got the finesse. They've got what it takes for you to actually be an artist, a peaceful artist without having to talk guns and be a gangster. Puffy made it look good to be a civilian. Puffy made it look good that it's okay to go to school. Puffy made it look good that it's okay to be educated, and not even though he was doing all that stuff behind, but he was making people like me understand that you can be an artist without being a violent person. And when you're dialed into your art, you have to be that 100%. You have to leave it.
But you know what's funny is that he was hiding the violent side because apparently he was a very violent person.
Yeah, very violent, but it was like, so there's something about that life. Sometimes, like I say, and people don't want to agree, when you're born into that life, and when you in America, the United States of America, where you live, is about that life. America was built on violence.
Well, yes, I agree. America was
America
built on
still
violence.
thrives on violence.
There is still a lot of violence. We have a lot of gun violence. We're not actively in a war, but we have tons of people
Bro,
in the
I'm telling
camp
you that
active war zone.
if I was a father in America and I was sending my children to school every day, and when they come home, you know what me and the children were going to say when we hug one another when they come back from school?
What will you be saying?
We say, Happy No School Shooting Day.
Okay, no, that's I have two young kids, and that's just that's
No,
heartbreaking.
that's the fear. That's the fear. And that's what America needs to address. America needs to address that the fact that there's a whole lot of violence going on. And some people are in the elite world, and that's what they do to get the money.
Well, yeah, true, true. That's
You
very true.
understand? It's not everybody that's an Elon Musk that creates an app and just understands his life and or somebody like what's his name? It's not every rapper that's like J.
Cool.
Cole that can ride a bike through New
Well,
York.
there are a lot of rappers, not just J Cole. There's even what's his name, Kendrick Lamar, the guy doing. He's not violent.
Yes,
He's never
he's not
known to drink.
but I'll tell you something. Why can so that's one thing I like what you're saying, but it's because they understand what I understand. Now Kendrick Lamar is born into that gangster life,
Yes, he is.
but he does not
Nope, he does not.
push that.
Nope, not at
But he
all.
still let people know I got it. I'm right there, but that's not what I'm about.
Mm-mm.
It's not
I agree.
everybody. It's not everybody that's got that temperament to be able to do that.
Yeah, it's a fine line. You have to be able to manage and live
But
that.
look at Kendrick Lamar's body. You know how many people would have pushed him over many times physically and tried, and he would still restrain himself and be like, you know what? I'm not going to go on to go grab the strap, but I'm still going to fuck this guy up in a in an intellectual way. You know, but it's just the reality of the environment, and it's sad. There was no way Tupac is coming after you, Suge Knight is coming after you, and you cannot sleep at night, and you not start thinking about crazy stuff.
Yeah, true, 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 true.
It's just unfortunate.
It's
It's just
wild. It's
unfortunate.
wild. Well, this is what I hope. I hope this is my hope, and I know today's a short one today. This is what I hope for Diddy. I hope the law treats him fairly, which I'm confident it will. I I don't know if he's gonna learn or
I don't want him to go to jail for life. Bottom line.
it's probably gonna be in jail for life. It could be 15 years, 25 years. He's probably gonna be in jail for life. If more comes out, and if more comes out and is even more crazy than we
So why do you
think,
think he's gonna go to jail for life? Who did he kill?
if he's in there for 30 years, I don't think it will last for 30 years.
No, it's whatever sentence he gets, it's
Hmm.
gonna be with parole.
Oh well, okay. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe he'll get parole.
Because
He
I'm
might.
not expecting him. I'm not expecting him to be in there for life. Because who did he kill exactly?
He
Unless they're
did.
gonna pin the Tupac murder on him.
They might pin that on him. They might pin the Tupac murder on him. If they pin the Tupac murder on him, then yeah, I think he needs to go to jail for life because I love Tupac. If I had to choose between Biggie, if I choose between Puffy and Pac, I'll choose Pac. So
But even
yes,
then, because he didn't do the shooting, I don't think he should go to
he
jail for life.
he paid for it. If he is the mastermind
And
behind
guess
it,
what? Guess what? Even if he paid for it, Eric Von Zip made sure that the killers did not get the money. So technically, he didn't pay for it.
was he the one that did he send the money? Did he send any
He
money?
sent the money through somebody else,
Okay, then that's fine.
and the money never got there.
It doesn't matter if it didn't get there. He sent the money. He sent the money. So
Even Tupac does not want to see him in jail for life.
Diddy done?
They should give
Diddy
him
done?
15 years. Give him 15 years. Good behavior. Want to see him out in like 6.
We'll see. We shall see.
So you know one thing. Right now, I'll be honest. Diddy is not the most evil human being right there in the entertainment industry. He's just a scapegoat.
What scapegoat? Now this is what I don't like. Scapegoat of who is doing the scapegoating? What are
So
they?
let
Who
me
is
tell
doing the
you.
scapegoat?
Okay, I want you to go. I want you to go watch another podcast because you're a main media guy. Now, I mean, if it's not your main media, you don't follow it. I've forgotten their name, but just happened this year. 50 Cent just went onto a podcast and said it was because Diddy went against Diageo. That's why he's in shit right now.
That's a business thing. That has nothing to
Yeah,
do with
that's how it
shit.
works. Epstein, like I said yesterday, and I'm not kidding, no cap. Epstein got his shit because of Prince Andrew. The crown in England needed to separate their shit from that guy. The
They've
guy's gonna
always
get them.
known. No, Epstein was just a bad
That was
dude, and
locked
I'm
up
glad they
for
got him.
years and no politicians could have gotten him because
They
they all
tried to get him.
participated too.
They tried to get him. Finally, they got him. I'm happy they did.
Even though the politicians did not participate, but imagine if you're on the same island and it's happening 3 stories, and you're at the pool. You're still in the same environment. That's why the politicians couldn't get them. But the queen, the crown, decided, you know what? We're not going to let you, this American crazy guy, mess up our name.
The
They have to
game has already
call.
been messed up now. Andrew is no longer in the royal family. He's been kicked off. They're shipping him away from. They're kicking him out of his house. Even I saw on social media they're kicking him out of his house and moving him to a smaller house.
When did they keep? They're moving him. But I'm
Yeah,
telling him when his mama was alive, because mama loved him. That was what they put together for him. That was
yeah.
what because his mom he's done so many fucked up things. The queen could have fucking kicked him off a long time, but the queen loved him so much.
Well, that is well from after watching The Crown. I watched all the Crowns, and then I listened.
But
Yeah,
yeah, that's good. So if you watch The Crown, you should know how politics work. It might seem like it's what's it called? What do we call that? Something theory that we say something
a
theory.
conspiracy theory.
Yes. But you
Conspiracy
know how
theory.
politics work. Politics is dog eats dog.
It is dog eat dog. And
For
then the
every
one thing about
billionaire, for
conspiracy,
every
I
billionaire,
look, it's good. So conspiracy theories are fun to talk about and fun to think. Ultimately, if there's no evidence, it's a conspiracy theory. It's like okay, and a lot of people do really dumb stuff, and you don't even need a conspiracy theory. It just happens.
it
Human
just
beings are
exists.
really the the one of the game theory is very hard and difficult to play. So
Okay, so you know the Winston Churchill
Winston
story
Churchill,
about trying to get America to come support in the war.
man, what's that story? What did he do?
I think let me try to. I can't remember accurately, but it's in the line of he tried to get America to support in the war, but America wouldn't do that,
Hmm.
right? So I think he took one of their planes and painted it like the American plane. I went to go
Yeah.
bomb somewhere with it, and that forced America into the war.
So you're saying the Winston Churchill, the Prime Minister of United Kingdom, then during World War II, went and killed Americans, and then that what caused Americans to join
No,
the
he
war.
didn't kill Americans. I think he painted the plane like an American plane, I went to
Uh-huh.
go kill a bunch of Germans. So now Germany thinks that Americans are in the war. Now America is forced to join the war because now Germany just picked them as an enemy.
Germany was always picked America as the.
But I can't remember that. But there was something that actually happened like that. That he literally had to do a dummy shit because he was trying to get you guys into that stuff and you guys were not coming. Then he did it like, oh, you guys did it. Then those guys be like, okay, you know what, we're going to get these guys back.
Well, but the reason, primarily the main reason the American forces decided to go in full blazes was because of Pearl Harbor. It was because of the Japanese.
Yeah, but basically, this shit I'm saying, even though I'm not saying that correctly, is part of the reason why the British love Winston Churchill so much. So sometimes, yeah, when we dig deep into these things, there are conspiracies there, and people actually create.
They're conspiracies, yeah, but they're difficult to hide, and then people always
Yeah, but
tell
you
the
know that
story in
people
the end.
actually create conspiracies too.
Yeah, you can. There are people that make up stories, yes, and there are people in the government that make up stories. But then there are conspiracies that happen, and like take for instance the Iran Contra one, where because we wanted to, it was that's like the most ass backward thing. We wanted to support the Iranians, and we decided to go ahead and do some kind of ass backward thing in South America, and then send money to Iran. It was stupid. But it's just that's how we do. Yeah, that's how the CIA and
Like,
everyone. Oh, the one
like
that I really love,
if we
the one
say it
that
was
just
the
happened.
Osama being trained under the Americans, people like whoa. All those kind of things. I don't really like to go into it, but
Yeah, but that
the
one
reason why
is
I
like
brought it up is
you
that
train sometimes.
there's
Yes.
hierarchy in this
Uh huh.
game, and in this game of politics and money, people play dirty.
Yes. People play dirty. I agree. People play dirty. But well, with that, it's a short podcast. I'm gonna try and get. I think the next one
Yeah.
we should try and get a doctor to come and talk to us.
Oh,
I'm
that's
gonna
the
try and
Dr.
get
Magic Cookie.
Madukuki. Yeah, Doctor
Yeah.
Madukuki. I'm going to try to reach out to him and then see if he has time for us. And if
All
he
right,
doesn't,
Dr.
I'll
Magic
see if I can
Cookie.
reach out to
We should
another
have him
doctor.
on. I think we should have multiple guests on just to test. Then we should start working on changing this platform because I don't like the way my voice comes up sometimes, and look for a more uh
Podcast friendly.
better. Start working on the technology and getting better. Because believe it or not, I believe in this particular journey, and I think we're going somewhere.
Okay, all right, I agree. I think one option would be to get Zoom to sign up for Zoom proper, and then Zoom lets you do the multiple screens at the same time. So
Yeah, that was what I
I'll
was
check
thinking
out the
of.
Zoom.
Yeah, yeah,
I'll check out the Zoom.
absolutely. Yeah,
Yeah,
let's see. We can try a few ones. Then we see which one works better. I think we
yeah.
should be saying which one is these people again. What are their names?
What do you mean?
And
This is Google Meet.
we should be saying bye bye to them very very soon because we're upgrading. The idea of this thing is to upgrade, not to stay in 1909.
No, no, of course, definitely. That's we're getting our feet wet, and then we're moving on. Like I said earlier, it's in stages. First, you move your head, then you roll, then you crawl, then you walk, and then you run. So we're moving
And
our
I
head up
don't,
and
but
down
I
now.
don't mean to be braggadocious, my brother, yo. I've done
Uh-huh.
all that running, humping, a whole lot of stages. I'm not yet at
That's
the
why you're
running
here.
stage. I'm not running. I'm not yet at the running stage. You get me? I would say I love the fact that you're coming into the media world, like this time around, and you're needed in the media space because your work ethic is needed here, and the fact that your ability to also research is needed here. Because in the media space, there's a whole lot of ignoramus, and there's a whole then a little bit of people that've got the idea
Yeah.
to carve out niche and do fresh things. So me, I'm happy to have you on my side because I believe everything I've known all this while with you, after a while, you go catapult.
Hey,
Do you
I'm ready
understand
for
me?
it. I'm ready for it, and then you can drag me from shaking my head to the walking stage. No problem.
You
I
will
got it.
catapult. But that
We'll
does not mean,
catapult.
and see, the beautiful thing about that stuff is that if you jump from nodding your head to running, then you don't know how to crawl, you're going to fail. Because sometimes even when you run, reach one place, you need to get down
Hmm.
and crawl through the swamps. You have to have all those attributes needs to stay with you, just like martial arts. All those attributes,
You guys say
the
martial
initial
arts.
things that you
Did you
learn.
learn martial? Are you Shotokan? Did you do Shotokan?
I did kung fu, sir. I did
You,
kung fu.
you did kung fu where in Ejigbo there? Where
I
in Ejigbo?
did it in Ile-Ife,
In Ife. Oh, really?
in the University of Ile-Ife.
In between one or two puffs of weed, you are doing kung
No,
fu.
no. So I would smoke weed before. I would smoke weed before. Then I'll
Uh-huh.
go play soccer. You
Uh-huh.
know, but then I got suspended from the soccer team for 4 weeks.
Uh-huh.
Because this was when I was at my peak. I was always scoring goals. I was doing everything, but because I was not bribing the coach and I was not getting along with a few senior players because I was taking over their spot and my ego was all over me, right?
Mm-hmm.
I got into a fight with one of them, beat the shit out of him. Coach decides to kick me off the team for 4 weeks. Now I'm thinking, I've got all this fitness. What am I going to do about it for 4 weeks? And then I don't want to come back at 4 weeks and have to start training all over again. So I was walking around looking for another sport to pick up. And then there was the dojo, and I just found the karate class, and
You
I went
say
to
kung
join
fu.
them.
Is it kung fu or karate?
It was
They're
so there
different.
was karate on the side, there was kung fu on the side.
Okay.
Okay, and my dojo master knew both of them. He knew both art, but I trained kung fu.
So you trained you kung fu for 4 weeks.
Then it became a part of my routine because now the kung fu master lives like 5 minutes, no, 10 minutes run away from my house. So every 5 o'clock before I used to run and practice my football, whatever, before I go. So now every 5 o'clock, I run to his house. We run to another place and we go fight. Me and him, we fighting, we sparring every morning for at least 1 hour straight. So it was a part of my life for like, it just became a part of me.
Okay. Okay. I did not know that. Okay. Okay.
Then,
Kung fu master.
then there's something called muscle memory. Like, okay, so and when you also make music and you're in the street sometimes, and you grew up in the solo like I did, because after then I grew up in the solo, and everybody wanted to slap my face plus their father and their little sister and their uncle. You got
Mm-hmm.
to pick up the most angry looking person in the neighborhood that everybody fears. They've got loads of them. You got to pick up that person and beat
Mm-hmm.
the shit out of that person.
So did you
If you
do
don't
that?
beat the
That's a
shit out of
movie.
that
But
person,
I think that was a movie. I heard that in the movie. I can't remember what movie it was, but I
no,
heard
it's
it.
a real life thing. If you can't beat that person, you have to at least fight that person to get enough confidence for people not to fuck with you. They'll be like, wow. If you don't do it,
Mm-hmm.
everybody will slap your face all over the city.
Uh,
Plus,
well,
there are, especially in the rough, if you're in the rough ends, like I was in Ife reading my books, nobody disturbed me, nobody cared. Even though we had calls, we had everything, you don't see them during the day, nobody bothered me. But at Isolo, they did not care.
they didn't care.
Eventually, you know when they started caring was
When
when, even when I did that stuff, yeah, and I fought one of them, there were still people that were trying to clean that shit back for their guys. You know when they started caring was when they
when
understood that, oh, this guy is actually a lawyer and he can bail us out of problems.
Okay,
That's when I became
that's good.
useful to them. It
Okay,
wasn't
that's
it
good.
wasn't by physically fighting,
Okay, all right.
but it's
Well,
something that you must still have.
okay, we gotta go because this is a short one today.
Here's the short one, is a short one.
Well, enjoy the rest of the week. Let's get ready for a new episode. I'll see what I can do about getting another guest for our new episode. And this
Yes, and
was
let's see
Will
what we can do. Let's test out our new platform out. Let's start another app out.
platform. Okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
another app
So
out,
I
and we'll
plan
have
on
some.
on us trying to get to use Zoom. We'll try
Yeah,
Zoom.
let's see if we can do that stuff, And
Hmm.
so literally somebody was trying to poach you off 1909 today as well, saying this is say you should not drink from a half cup, you should drink from a full cup. So my last word today is, if you don't understand what it is to start something from the scratch, if you're a guy that's got no ideas and you see what we're going on right now, and you think you want to come and do some jiu-jitsu shit. I already got my foot in your face already, man. It's 1909, baby, and nothing is coming in between this shit.
Okay, we're
You
not
heard?
talking about half cup or full cup. I think that was not the intention, but we'll just leave it there. Peace out. Oh man, I love it. You're blowing it. Puff puff pass. Take it easy, man.
Remember that story before we go? Remember when we were having difficulties with the Sunday episode? And you said, don't
Yes,
like it. I said, no, let me light it. That this thing will bring good luck. And next thing you just join.
exactly. That will happen. Okay, maybe this will bring good luck. We all need good luck. I wish you good
Yeah.
luck.
Okay, blessings to everybody that
Yeah,
supported us.
blessings to
All
blessings.
our
Yep.
10 subscribers. All our 10 subscribers. Next episode, let's look at their names and give each and every one of them props.
We'll get you shout them out. Yep.
Yeah, and see if we can do it till we get to 1 million. That'll be crazy.
Yep. I agree. That's
That'll be
a million,
crazy.
two
Yeah, so
million
every 10,
subscribers.
every 20, we'll be shouting them out
Yes.
individually.
We'll do the best we can for sure.
Absolutely. So maybe one podcast will now be shouting out 1 million people.
We'll just be
And that'll be
calling
the
names. That'll
longest
be
running
boring.
podcast ever.
That'll be the longest ever. But we'll see. We'll see. All
Yeah, bless,
righty.
bless, 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 bless.
Bless.
Yeah. Have a good one.
Yeah, you too.